Good evening, everyone. It's Jazz. It's the West Ham Minds channel. It's a late transfer window update for you. With less than 24 hours to go before the transfer window closes tomorrow at 11 p.m. So as you can see, it's transfer window news update. West Ham nightmare. We're here again. We've been here many times before as West Ham United fans. Never used to be like this. But what it is, we've forgotten what it's like to have kind of regular good windows, that kind of thing. I think before Sullivan came in, a lot of you probably too young to remember or that kind of thing. We used to buy players regularly, especially with Harry Redknapp, and then even before Sullivan Gold came in. To be fair, actually, it was pretty normal before David Moyes came in. I don't want to go that far. I think Sullivan used to perhaps like signing too many players, and I remember lots and lots of exciting signings late in the window, including I think Andy Carroll, which was a complete shock of a signing from Liverpool. I remember that loan signing initially. I remember Nobby Solano. That was so late, I didn't know about that till the following morning. It was done that late on the last day of the window. So many kind of signings like that, and you would always sit in front of Sky Sports News, excited with kind of Jim, who's now on TalkSport largely, very close to Sullivan. You guys give him enough pelters and things like that with Jordan. I just forgotten what it's like, and the most enjoyable thing for me, and I keep repeating myself, West Ham fan, is I love good football. I love scoring goals. I love having strikers as idols. You can see that shirt's got McAvaney and Cottee from the 86 signed shirt there, and signing players. And under sort of David Moyes, it's not been too many strikers, not too many sort of heroes in terms of scoring goals, strikers, that kind of thing. And transfers have been quite kind of controlled and well, really. But to offset that, financial fair play has really kicked in this year, and it stopped clubs like Arsenal and Newcastle doing any business at all. I think Everton, Nottingham Forest, they're quite bad in terms of financial fair play, in trouble. Man United are not far behind everyone. They've been spending a lot. Chelsea always have to sell before they buy. They're on the brink. We're kind of in the upper middle, shall I say, so we're okay. Other well-run clubs are Tottenham, who hardly spend anything compared to the revenue they make. Our issue will always be revenue. We don't own a lot of the match day income, as you know. We're kind of tenants, so we'll be restricted. We don't really have any assets of any worth. We don't own our own ground. We've got training ground. That's probably the less value out of all the ground, all the Premier League out there. But luckily we had a lot of money from Declan Rice. That's kind of kept us in a good position. But we probably still suffering from the Pellegrini expenditure, where not even one good player, I think, came through. I think so. All the big signings back then, or was it Sanchez on 75,000 a week, and Carlos Sanchez in midfield. Fornals actually came out of that batch. Yarmolenko hardly played, £125,000 a week for 3-4 years, whatever. Filippo Anderson, 35 million, got sold for 3 million. Jack Wilshere hardly played a game. We had to pay him off to get him off the books. I think Fabianski was the only one out of that I think done really well. Fornals has just not been a regular. And come to today, it's been a very, very quiet window. I don't like the transfer window. I've had enough of it. I think we can all see now it's a lot of clubs being blackmailed due to the limit of the window. So clubs are having to overpay to get the deals done. Then when those players don't turn out to be quite good, because a lot of these players have only had one decent season behind them, and then we have to fork out 30-40 million, because although we are the richest league in Europe, earning the most money, they're like vultures out there in Spain and Italy. Germany I don't know too much about, but certainly Spain, Italy, Portugal, they're like vultures, mate, after your money. They kind of go all around the world, especially Benfica, Sporting Lisbon, every continent, got kind of scouts everywhere. They pick up bloody everyone, stick that 110 million clause in their contract. They make them have that one good season, or 1.5 at the most, and suddenly they're worth 50 million, right? I don't know who propels there must be people in the middle of the agents who start spreading the word about these players, about how good they are, well above their kind of how good they really are anyway, really. And then we get caught up in it because the window's small, teams panic, everyone wants the same players, overpay. You spend 40 million, a year later you find out they're not that good. You try to send them back to those non-Premier League markets. They pretend, or they're realistic. They're saying we've only got 5 million. We ain't got 30-40 million, even though we regularly sell you players for 40 million. When we want to buy your players, we've only got 4 or 5 million. And that's the kind of thing that's happening at the moment. I don't think it's operated in a fair way. It's restrictive. It's kind of blackmailing. Agent fees are becoming an issue, as we've seen in kind of the Osman, is it Osman deal? I've got his fucking name now, John Osman, I think. That kind of thing, really. So the situation that we're in at the moment, I think if I just have a quick look at some of the things that I'm reading now, I think there was some news. Where are we? There we go. This is the most interesting statement that I've heard this evening that I want to read out to you guys. Obviously, quote, West Ham is an interesting one. They are being offered new opportunities for their attack as deals for Osman and Jota hit the skids. It's been a pretty frustrating week because they thought at one stage that both players would end up signing, but now they're having to consider the possibility of not signing anyone to bolster their front line. I'm just going to sort my throat out with some rum. Cheers, everyone. A bit of rum and coke. Yeah. So now they're having to consider the possibility of not signing anyone to bolster their front line. I am told they don't want to panic. They don't want to take on a player they didn't already have on the radar. A situation like some of the players been offered would appeal, but West Ham are being very, very cautious, and they would rather not sign anyone or be pressurised into signing anyone that wasn't initially on their radar, because it looks like all the targets they had, they can't get any of them right for one reason or another. And that's the situation we're in now. Whether we needed it or not, it's another window under David Moyes. It's another no striker. We haven't fixed the left wing issue, really. So that's kind of one of them. But that same article is saying that one of the two players that we've been linked with, and I personally don't think we're going to sign anyone, but obviously there's always going to be names out there. The two names I can give you is the Leeds United striker Nonto, I think it is how you pronounce it. He was offered to West Ham at the beginning alongside Jack Clark and Stephen Bergwijn. Bergwijn, as you know, I wanted that guy in, but for whatever reason, captain of Ajax, it wasn't right in the window to do that, really. And interestingly, it says Leeds were expecting to sell the striker Nonto to West Ham in the window, looking to sign Manuel Benson as a replacement. He hasn't signed a new agreement with the East Yorkshire club Nonto, but looks like he's an Italian international, and he might sign an extension if we aren't quick enough. So this guy from Leeds, Nonto, has been offered to us. The other player that's kind of in there is kind of, let me get that one, I think it was Jonathan Rowe, wasn't it? I think Norwich City ace Jonathan Rowe. He's the other one that's been linked, really. Apart from that, another good source I follow has done a couple of updates from earlier on today. Ben Rama is in talks with Lyon over personal terms. That was earlier on. And then the latest update, which all of you guys probably be aware of as kind of breaking news, is that Ben Rama is asking for a large sum of money to leave West Ham. It's a difference between what Lyon are offering and what's currently on offer at West Ham. So not only these clubs are taking our pants down with offering low fees up front, so kind of 4 million in this instant with Ben Rama and 8 million later on. If it goes to plan, it's permanent, which it probably ain't. They can't even fucking afford the wages. This is Lyon regularly in the Champions League, you know. It's a fucking joke. What is West Ham? And again, blackmail, being fucking held to ransom, mate. Absolute joke. The other update was that Real Betis have actually sold a player that they needed to get funds in for, to free up funds for Pablo Fornals to Betis. Betis have yet to have their bid accepted by us. Again, it's up in the air if not Ben Rama, sorry, if Fornals will leave. Another update is that Ben Rama wants a multi-million pound payout to leave West Ham. Lyon have offered a 4.26 million loan fee with a 8.53 option to buy out, but he wants the severance payoff before he agrees to leave. As it stands, the deal is not complete. And then another well-renowned guy saying West Ham look very, very unlikely to bring anyone else in before the window unless there is a late twist. And I think that's more or less kind of everyone's position on West Ham United. And to be fair, on a lot of other clubs who haven't done any business, right? But but the thing is, we had space in our squad. We've got the finances to certainly get a striker in if we wanted, sort the left wing out if we wanted, get cover for fullbacks if we wanted, and bring in a better centre back if we wanted. But I'm just really, really happy that we got the KP Phillips deal done. He's going to be good addition for us, really. But it's disappointing for fans that, we were hoping for a bit more, a tiny bit more, and get something up front. I mean, that's the purpose of football: scoring goals, attacking, and very fortunate that we got Boeing, Paqueta, kudos, and a good CDMs behind that. But it's the cherry on the cake I keep talking about. The icing on the cake is a striker. Arsenal, you've seen, they're very unlikely to win the league because the striker issue. They've got kind of Jesus and the K. They're not quite up there. I saw Tony today. That's a striker, isn't it? 2-2 for him on the way back. Liverpool got Nunes and one or two others. By the way, Liverpool, this guy called Bradley, fullback. What a fucking match. Youngster with a 20-30 yard belter of a goal from fullback position, also an assist. This is the guy who came in today to fill in for Robertson, who's not quite fit. So lots of exciting things out there. Calvert-Lewin's another one, fully fit. Really, really good player. Broja's, I think Crystal Palace have been knocking on the door with Broja. So all it means is January window equal even more mad window in the summer. There's going to be more clubs with more money because they haven't opened their purses this time round, and we all going to be battling with each other for the similar kind of players. Spurs want Conor Gallagher, we in Palace want Broja. That kind of thing. Agard, if he doesn't improve, probably going to be on the way out. But then again, my concern with Agard and anyone else we're letting go to Europe, they're not going to give us anything. He paid 34 million for Agard, Moroccan international. They're going to, we've only got 5 million. Can you have him on loan? And we're paying 10 million. We're going to get all that crap, right? And it's getting tough. And then Tim Stuyton, obviously, the links with Liverpool are getting stronger and stronger every single day. That kind of thing, really. Jota deal completely finished. That's completely dead. Too complicated for one reason or another. Arsenal were starting to get linked with Osman earlier on in the day. Let's see what happens with that. A lot of players rate him. A lot of people go for him, and that's another thing, isn't it? Your scouts. Obviously, the whole world knows West Ham's after Osman, so all the other teams start looking at him. So when the summer comes, if you don't get a deal done, you're going to be up against a lot of clubs that probably, well, if we're not in Europe, they're going to be in Europe, that kind of thing, you see. Tottenham look like they're going to be top four. So again, if you're in the top four and we're not, it's kind of difficult to attract players sometimes. I'm just hoping we get that 7th spot in the league, I think, because the teams below us keep losing. But it would have been nice to bring someone in up front, unless Antonio is going to come back earlier than expected and be on far better form than he's fucking showed for the last year and a half, 2 years. Not been impressed with him. But as it stands, everyone, not only are we not going to bring in who we thought we were going to bring in, and I don't know what you say. Is that embarrassing for Tim Stuyton's team, scouts, the deal organisers, the agents involved? I don't know, because obviously Tim's got, you call it 12-month job. I mean, there's 2 windows he's really going to be active in. If you didn't get anyone in, I don't know about it. But but then the other side is we're struggling to get rid of Benrahma and Fornals, and my attitude would be Fornals, Benrahma, Cornet. I got a soft spot for Cornet, right? And I know Forest want him and Palace want him, but I believe in Cornet, right? I'm sticking my head out for Cornet, but it's not me. It's about David Moyes, right? And if David Moyes, like he's done in the past, if he's not going to use Fornals, or he's not going to get the best out of Fornals, shall I say, or the best out of Benrahma, or the best out of Cornet, we got to get rid of all three. And I'd rather put the money in the bank now. And then also, if you calculate the wages we're going to save in the next 14, 15, 16 weeks, I think that's a nice lump sum we've got to go. That's what I would do, because he ain't going to use the players. He doesn't do substitutions. He doesn't play. He doesn't rotate the squad. It's simple as that, right? And that's the way I look at it. And I would have put Mubama on loan and Johnson on loan and things like that, because it's Danny Ings. I mean, I think Crystal Palace or one or two others are thinking about Danny Ings. He's not going to go again because he's not brought anyone in. So it's a lot of issues. You can't get rid of them because you haven't brought anyone in. And we're stuck with those people who it's a circle. It's a vicious circle. And now I just hope and pray that Moyes gets the best out of whoever stays behind, who hasn't been sold, who's been shit so far. Otherwise, it's crucial for Moyes, obviously, with the contract. That's another thing. The Moyes contract's going to be one way or the other in the next couple of weeks, I think, and the likelihood. Don't shoot the messengers. Probably he's going to sign a 2-year extension, but don't shoot the messenger on that. And but yeah, it looks like David Moyes is going to sign a 2-year extension soon, everyone. So that's it from me. One bit of good news. Lucas Paqueta's car was spotted in the training ground, shining Ferrari. So he's getting closer and closer to getting, training more and more and getting part of the squad. So got nearly everyone back apart from Antonio, I think. Agard, I think their team went out, didn't they, today or yesterday? So he should be back, even though he's fucking shit anyway. Not really that happy end, I'm afraid. Transfer window news. And West Ham, a bit of a nightmare end, I'm afraid. I don't expect us to sign anyone because, we're just not going to panic into that kind of thing. And nothing exciting is going to happen. I can't think of many players on the fringe at other clubs that would kind of be blatantly there for us. I suppose Championship strikers, I was talking about the Leeds and Norwich people. If they're going for promotion, they're not likely to sell you any of their players. And was it Trevor Chalobah at Chelsea? I don't know. That could become a loan deal. I don't know. But not a very excited Jazz. Very frustrating day this morning, as you know, if you watch the show. I kind of lost it there a little bit. And I'm just going to rum and coke my little salvation today, really. But anyway, God bless you. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Keep subscribing. Keep busting the views. Getting lovely support from you guys. Let's hit 3,000 subs, and I will catch up with you tomorrow. So good evening. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.